Behold, welcome to the greatest overlord ever, because they have gifted us with the Opera GX Jam. And you're thinking, I don't care about this. Hold on, there are actually some prizes you can win in here. It's not just a license, it's money. Money is always good, and 10k isn't too shabby in my opinion, so this is definitely not bad. And third and second place, well, 7k, 3k, so here not too bad. And here we come to a few things when you're thinking like, sweet, I just need to make a game for the game jam and then I can win. Yay. Yeah, a little wah from the beginning, because here we jump into a few things because that works perfectly. So here are my first two games. I just converted them to HTML5 because this is the target. Yeah, as you can see, this works perfectly, and this is the Hotline Miami game which I made for you guys. So this is working perfectly. Also, as you can see, great, loving it. This is the way it should be. No, definitely not. So let's go back to the thingy here. So to give it into context, our overlords from Opera have said like, hey, let's do a game jam and the winners get some prize money, but they need to export it to HTML5. So this is basically in your browser, which you're seeing in here. And this is not the worst thing, because while the browser thing has its advantages, and if you're thinking, wait a minute, games in the browser, isn't that those crummy Java or Flash games? Yes. But today HTML5 is quite powerful, so you can run even Unity games in there. Well, no, I guess Unity games also, but I saw some really impressive Unreal runs on the browser. And of course it has some limitations, so it's not one-to-one, but still it ran smaller levels pretty decent with some high fidelity. So that wasn't too bad. So let's go into the things. First of all, it starts at, well, Thursday. In today's, and then it ends August 14, and there are a few things which are kind of interesting. So if you want to dabble with the little thing here around, so why not? So there are three guys which will check it out. So Maciej Kochemba, I'm even not sure, Russell K and Yaprak Dukarmin, not sure how to spell that, I don't know which country is that from. And well, these three guys will decide if your game is worthy to win the thing. So the first thing, you must incorporate a mystery theme, which will be revealed on the 29th, so in 2 days. So you can just start your game and boom, that is. Then you need to export it to HTML5 with GameMaker Studio, and this is the thing, even though you don't own the plugin, during the game jam you will have it. So for example, this is what I did. I just went into my account and then they just boom put it in there without me asking. So I got it now for the game jam, and then I will get rid of it because I'm not sure I'm gonna use it anyway. Yeah, so for example, one thing which could be interesting for that, maybe you want to go into the sphere of HTML5. So for example, let's check out and here on global stat counter or global stats what the market share is for Chrome. Then we got Safari, and then with all the other ones with Edge and Opera and so on. So as you can see, Opera has roughly 2% of share globally, which isn't too bad, by the way. So this is not bad. So for example, Firefox has 3. They had once more, but then they pretty much messed up. And then we got Edge. Why? Really, why? But nevertheless, so if you want to go into the sphere, the idea is that, for example, you don't need an app, or for example a Google Steam client or whatever. Then or for example something else, you just input it into the browser and boom, it does work. And of course, since Opera is a browser company, makes sense for them to do such a thing, and well, to promote their Opera GX, because they want to promote that thing also. So the next thing is collaborations. You can make this in groups. images of game jolt, blah 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 blah. So here a few things. It needs to be 5 megabytes or smaller, so these are very quick prototypes. The game must be free, so you cannot just output it and say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make my game anyway, and here I'm just gonna dump it there. No, it needs to be free, so here don't put in too much effort, by the way. So the next thing, the game should be played offline. So the idea is you just pop it into the browser, something which I did. Amazing games, I know, best ever. Yeah, that was terrible. And then there should be a high score counter which you can input. Then it should be an endless mode, so basically an endless runner or whatever. And then it should have local multiplayer, which is pretty cool, or it should be designed, this is a plus, that more than one person can actually play together on the same screen. So local multiplayer is a pretty old thing, which is pretty much dying off because of the age of the internet, but still a pretty cool thing nonetheless. And then, well, all the visual aspects should be made during the game jam, should be, but hey, as you can see, it's maybe not 100% clear on this part, so maybe you can use your own stuff. And then pre-made music and sound assets, so basically some very standard stuff where you have the permission. And then, well, of course, if you must own the IP, so you cannot just make a Sonic game or a Mario game and expect it to be working here. No, you need to own the IP, so no fan games, just one thing. And for example, if you want to have a little bit more, there are some guides how you can incorporate that. And for example, I can show you that in, I don't know, here in my Hotline Miami clone, blah blah blah, so HTML5, and then you can export it, and then this is how it looks like. And then for example, you got an index file or whatever, and then you double click it, and then it does open, and then it creates the result which I had, the terrible result in the end. Alrighty, a few other things which you maybe want to take into consideration. Besides setting that up, there are tons of links, I will just drop them in. This could be interesting for you if you want to just jump in, make a short prototype of a game, and then, well, be part of it. Just take into account it is HTML5, and this thing, well, it's not always working for everybody. For me, at least it's working terrible. And tried it in different kind of browsers, so this is not the browser thing. Not sure what that is, but still, if you want to do a little prototype in a short time span, and I guess I will join if I fix this issue for whatever reason, then I guess I'm joining in, and then I'm gonna show you if that is. And for example, here your game will be played and reviewed by Polymars and Bricky. No idea who these guys or gals are, doesn't really matter to me. But hey, just one thing from our overlords: money, 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 money. If you can get it to run, so maybe I can just set this stuff. And they're like, yeah, your game is creative because they got those black boxes where there should be some graphics. So just a little compare. I already closed it. Never mind me. Anything else which should be of importance to you? Nah, just HTML5, small, offline, multiplayer, and then blah 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 blah, boring stuff, and then visual aspects, so basically make your graphics doing the thing. And then here you got some extra stuff which is just saying like, hey, use it and abuse it. Alrighty, that was it, and hopefully of interest to you guys. If you are for the money or for the fame, for the speedboats and whatever, then I guess you can join here. Alrighty, that was it from my side, and thanks to the overlords. Opera. Have a good one. Wanna be.